Hello everyone, this is Jayla of Cartridge, and here's a game that may be familiar to some of you, either through one of the update videos that I've done, or from watching other people, or even playing it yourself. This is Crypt the NecroDancer, and this is a rhythm-based dungeon crawler, quote-unquote, RPG, quote-unquote, roguelike game, and I really like it. I've had this game for like 2.5 years now, I think, and I have a lot of hours, and if any of you know me on Steam, or find me on Steam, you can see that I have a fair number of hours. It's not my most played game, but it is quite a bit. Recently there was a DLC added for it called Amplified, which I got because I saw it and I was like, I need that. I need to play more Crypt the NecroDancer, and it's kind of rekindled my love for the game, I guess you could say. But I'll just kind of jump into all zones mode and kind of try to talk and play at the same time. So as you see here, everything is done on a beat. All of your movement, your attacks, enemy movement, and their attacks are all done on a beat. And you can see it visually at the bottom of the screen. I'm doing really bad right now because I'm trying to speak and do this at the same time. You can see it visually at the bottom of the screen represented with the bars that pass through the heart. But you can also kind of just hear it in the music. And admittedly, it is a bit easier to kind of pick up on the rhythm if you're used to that sort of stuff. So like if you've played Guitar Hero, or a similar type of game, you know, like Rock Band, or like DDR and stuff in arcades? Oh my god, I sound really old when I say it that way. I say that as if like arcades are something that are just totally archaic and not in use anymore, but you know what I mean. Oh no, I don't want that shit. But yeah, this game was built with dance pad compatibility, so like the ones that you'd see for DDR, but the ones that you can have. DDR, by the way, in case for some reason I'm saying this and somebody's listening and like, what, and it's words, Jayla, holy crap, and it's thinking, wow, what the hell is DDR? It's Dance Dance Revolution. It's basically, I don't really know how to explain it, just go look it up. It's fine. But it's meant to be played, or not meant to be played, it can be played with a dance pad. I personally played on keyboard with, well, I remapped my keys to use my number pad because my arrow keys on my computer are a little funky sometimes. In terms of like double pressing and whatever, which means I lose my fire a lot. Not that it matters now because I kind of suck. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Wow, okay, let's try that again. But yeah, I wish I was better at talking and moving to the beat without like talking on the same beats, because holy shit, this is going really badly. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I love it to bits. I'm not the greatest at it, as you can see. Well, I'm okay at it. I don't even know. Where do I start with talking about this game? I've had it since it was in early access, and I actually, for research sake, or for science, the sake of science, she says, and just because I was curious, I actually looked up when my Steam account says that I first purchased the game, and it told me that it was in August of 2014. So that means I bought this game, basically a little bit before I first came up to school for university in Oregon, and I've been playing it pretty consistent. I hesitate to say consistently because I kind of go through phases of when I play this game a lot and don't play it as often, for various reasons. Sometimes it's just because I'm playing another game. Sometimes for a while it was because I got really frustrated with the game because I was not progressing as much as I wanted to be. Because it's not an easy game. It's meant to be challenging, and if you're, I mean, if you know that you struggle with doing things on beat, chances are you're gonna struggle a little bit with the game. But I think it's it's a very rewarding game in the sense that it's a rewarding and it's a fair game in the sense that you know when you've messed up. You know, like, oh yeah, I did something offbeat, or oh, I misjudged the movements of this one enemy and I jumped right into their path. It's things like that. All enemies have a specific pattern of movement, and that changes sometimes depending on the variation of the enemy. So like, there's blue slimes and there's green slimes, and the green slimes stay in place, but the blue ones move up and down every other beat, I think. And the gold slimes move in a square. Every beat they move one square, and it's things like that. I just picked up some armor, obsidian. Basically, any obsidian item, it increases with your coin multiplier, which is listed right below the beating. Whoops. Hold on. Sometimes I just kind of have to take a pause and recollect myself in terms of the beat of the music. Because not gonna lie, this is a bit of a struggle. I like to think that I'm better at this than I actually am, so... yep, this is fine. Oh, that was dumb, Jayla. Why'd you do that? But yeah, it's... yeah, you learn what you've done wrong. You see and just think, okay, I know exactly what I did wrong here. Oh, that's a good weapon. That's a good weapon, she says as she immediately jumps into the path of the charging Minotaur. See, I know exactly what I did wrong there. And I also like the short-term replay that it gives you as, immediately after you've died. And you can watch your complete, like, replay. It saves it for you. I don't actually know how long it keeps it or where it keeps the files, but I know exactly why I died. I did a stupid and I jumped in front of the charging Minotaur, which immediately killed me because I was on low health. But it's a game... Oh, hello, that's a mimic. How rude. It's a game where you learn from your mistakes, slowly but surely. And it'll frustrate you a lot, or it frustrated me a lot when I was playing it. Not because I felt that it was an unfair game, but because it's not easy. It's fun. It's incredibly fun. I love it. I love it to bits, and I... Even in the times where I don't play it consistently, in the stretches of time where I don't play it consistently, I come back to it every so often. This is one of the games... I have a... Whoa, hello. I have a list of games. I say a list as if I've written them down, but I have a bunch of games that I always have installed on my computer, and this is one of them. It just is. It's something that I come back to and I can play a couple of runs. I know that I'm likely... Oh my god, holy shit. Sorry. Oh my god, there was 2 mimics. What? Rude. It's something, like, I know that I come back to it a lot. It's not a game that I just kind of stop playing ever. I'll just get random urges like, oh man, I haven't played Crypt with NecroDancer in a long time, I want to see if I've gotten any better. I haven't. Yeah, that's the real secret. Sorry, I needed to stop talking for a moment so I could kind of get back onto the beat. As long as I don't lose it, I can kind of continue talking. Whoa. But if I lose it, then I'm just done. And then that's where everything goes to hell. But yeah, it's a really fun game. There's a lot of different weapons, and the new DLC actually added a lot. If I die relatively soon in this run, I might pull up the new character that came. Well, the new character that the DLC kind of, I say, centers around, in the sense that she is... Oh, sweet, I have just barely enough money for that. In that she's kind of the new title card character. Yeah, title card character, like the loading character. You get her story as the game loads in for you and stuff like that. Her name is Nocturna, and she has the ability to turn into a bat. And what happens when you do that is you basically lose all access to your items except for spells, I believe. But but every 5 kills you make while in her bat form, oh my god, you gain half a heart of health back. And it's kind of, it's like a, it's like an inherent version of, wow, why am I doing so bad? It's like it's an inherent version of the Crown of Thorns, or Blood Weapons. The Crown of Thorn and Blood Weapon, on their own, each will do a thing where you gain, holy shit, half a heart of health every 10 enemies you kill. And if you have both of them, you get half a heart of health for every 5 enemies you kill, which is pretty nice. I used to basically build, basically base, wow, that sounds really weird to say it that way. I used to more or less create, oh my god, what is happening? I used to, this is going real bad. I used to base builds around, this is really hard for some reason, I don't know why. Hold on. Okay, whoops. I used to base builds around obtaining a blood weapon and preferably also a crown of, either a blood weapon or a crown of thorn, or the crown of thorns, whoops, preferably both. I've since moved on from that and I've kind of gotten a bit better with managing lower amounts of health, or non-quickly renewable health, So, I don't know, it's basically, in that sense, it's kind of freed up my inventory to have better better weapons for attack, and, like this whip that I can't get because it's too much money, god damn it. If only I picked up this gold thing, I fucking picked it up. Because, there's a different, types of weapons, right? In the sense that there's daggers and longswords and spears and whips and bows and so on and so forth. And then there's the variations of those weapons, which is basically the type of material they're made out of. The standard one I assume is like iron or something, it's never really specified. Ooh, that's tempting. Shall I give blood and get a blood weapon? Eh, may as well. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Yeah, basically, what? That's bullshit. Come on. I don't want the fucking, I really should keep it, like, I don't want a blood shovel though, because it's stupid and I hate it. Salty. Oh my god, what the hell? Yep, alright, that went well. Let's try that again. What was I saying? Right, different types of weapons do different amounts of damage, as a base amount. So, what I have right now is a dagger. It does 1 heart of damage. I call it an iron dagger. I don't actually know if it's iron, but whatever serves the purpose of doing the thing. It does 1 heart of damage, to enemies. There's titanium, which does 2 by default. There's obsidian, which scales with your coin multiplier, and you can see the coin multiplier at the bottom of the screen underneath the heart, the little beating heart as I move. Whoops. There's glass, which does 4 hearts of damage, but they're breakable. And I, don't like glass weapons, because, basically, like, they're great. They do a lot of damage, and you don't have to have, you can basically one-shot most enemies except for, like, bigger things and, like, really, basically bigger enemies or mini-bosses you can't one-shot. It's basically the only ones that you can't one-shot for most of the game. And, they're good in that sense because they do a lot of damage, but if you get hit, whoa, wait, what's that? I didn't read what that was, I'm really confused. Shit, I should have read that. That's a new item. Ugh. I'm really scared now. I don't know what that said. I'm really worried. Ah, does it freeze the monkeys? Oh, that's good. So monkeys are really irritating because they kind of jump on you and they restrict your movement until you can kill them. Okay, that's interesting. I've never actually gotten that item before. I just know it's new. It's from the DLC that was put out, that I have. So, interesting. What was I saying? Glass weapons, right. So if you get hit, they break. And like, the game's not going to leave you totally defenseless, so it leaves behind, for weapons and shovels, it leaves behind a shard of glass. But you have to move off of the square you were occupying and back into it in order to get that shard. So, another heart container, it's fine. So to me, that's really dangerous if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of space to maneuver around, which happens a lot more in later levels. For the most part, I'm usually okay at not getting hit in the earlier levels. I don't like to sound like I'm bragging, or trying to make excuses, but it's genuinely a lot harder to play, and speak at the same time. So I don't know why I thought this was a good video to do at like, what time? I don't even know what time it is, it's pretty late though. But apparently I thought it was a good idea, to do this and try to speak and play at the same time. But you know, it's not going too bad, it could be going worse. So I think this is, in my book, this is basically a win, sort of. It'd be nice if I could make it past this zone, but you know. The game, yeah, okay, so the monkey's paw freezes the monkey enemies, which I really like. I've never gotten that item before, and I think that's really cool. Wow, I lost my train of thought again. This is gonna happen a lot while I play Crypt the NecroDancer, because it's really hard to kind of go from being, yes, this thing that I was saying and doing, and then, oh wait, hold on, I'm dying. Ooh, defense, nice. But yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't finish whatever thought I had, but it was there at some point. Unfortunately, it's now gone because I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it's a real good game. I enjoyed it a lot. I'd like to show you guys more than just the zone. So the game, originally it was structured in 4 different zones. So there was this zone, Zone 1. There's Zone 2, which is kind of based around like a cavey, oh shit, oh man, I don't have enough coins. It's kind of based around like a cave with mushrooms and mossy kind of stuff. Whoops, I lost the multiplier. The 3rd level is a really interesting one because it's split between hot and cold. And the music for that is really cool because basically it blends together. Oh, that's a dragon. Hold on. Red dragons are bad, because basically if you're in their line of sight horizontally one turn, their next one will be sending a fireball into your face, which will probably kill you, even if you're on full health, if you don't have any extra heart containers that are full. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Zone 3 is really cool, it's a split thing, and the way that the music blends together as you play is really, really cool. I won't probably make it there in this particular video, but maybe one day I'll do my best to show you guys what that's like. I think it's really cool, at least. Maybe other people think it's like, oh, this is weird. And then Zone 4 is basically kind of a... Oh, why did I pick that up? See, I don't know what the Ring of Shadows does. I'm pretty sure all it does is it makes everything 10 times more difficult. Oh, no, you know what? You can steal from shops with this. So basically... Ow. Instead of paying, you can just kind of take items from shops, but it does this thing where it reduces your vision, which is not great, and it also doesn't let you see what types, what variations of enemies. So like, this one's a black skeleton, I know now that I've hit it because it has 3 hearts of health. This can be dangerous, if you're not, oh god, careful, because, for example, black skeletons, if you don't have, especially if you don't have any damage upgrades, because black skeletons you cannot kill in 2 blows, which is what it would take to kill them without them having a chance to attack you. I don't know what this is, but I picked up something. Oh, I don't really want to use the familiar. Words, Jayla. I don't know, I guess we'll just steal from the shops and pick the stupid ring anyway. What I really love, though, if you take a moment to listen, you can hear the shopkeeper, and it's great, and I love it. I'm gonna pick that up. I mean, oh yes, another ring. Thank you! I don't know what it was. Oh, it was a ring of gold. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna just keep this. That was a blood weapon, though. They're all color-coded. I don't think I ever finished saying... No, I did. I finished saying what the different types of weapons are. Oh, look, guys, you guys will actually get to see Zone 2, provided I don't die in this fight. Whoops. And I really like it. I kind of like the puns and the names for different bosses. So, you know, like, ow, rude. Ow, rude. So, like, this was like a whole chess-themed kind of boss battle, which I think is really cool. I was like, where's my money? And then I remembered I had a ring of gold. I'm gonna skip the story because, whatever. Yeah, see, this is the second zone, the mushroomy place, which is what I call it. It has a proper name probably, but like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. The mushrooms. Yup. Yeah, I don't know. The soundtrack for the game is also fantastic, in my opinion. I really love it. I just kind of listen to it sometimes, because I can. And it's great, and I love it. I've said that a lot. I really love this game. It is a game after my own— I wanted to say it's a game after my own— I don't know why I did that, that was dumb. I want to say it's a game after my own heart, but like, it's already succeeded in that. I genuinely really love the game. It's challenging, but it's fun. Oh my god. Oh, hello, that's ow, rude. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Oh, missed that. Oof. But you can kind of, see a bit more of the whole, fucking hell. Damn it! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys, nope. Why? Why are you doing this? I'm going to show you guys Nocturna. So as you can see, I've kind of unlocked a bunch of the characters because I've played through. Cadence is the character we're playing as right now. She's kind of the default character. She doesn't really have anything super special about her. She just is. Ari— oh my god, let's not talk about Aria. Diamond is also a new character. You unlock her by being Zone 5, which is added in this one. So I like Nocturna because I think she's really cool. She starts with a scimitar instead of a dagger, like some things do. Some characters start off with. I'm gonna keep her scimitar. I personally prefer length over sideways spread of damage, so I don't typically go for long swords. Long swords? Broadswords. I don't know why I said long swords. Which is what that was. It's an obsidian broadsword. But scimitars are cool because if— I don't know if I can— I might be able to do it. Like, force it to happen. Force it to happen, I might be able to look for a situation where it happens. But basically, if on your turn you'd be attacking an enemy, and another attack would be hitting you from a different enemy, or that same enemy, you parry it, and you don't take that damage, which I think is really cool. I think it's a really interesting sort of mechanic to have introduced. And as you can see, when I step onto these, basically it looks like it's electricity running on the ground, which is kind of what it is. And if you step on this, you see that Nocturna's charge, changes, which is important if you're fighting enemies that touch that that particular strip of electricity, which is the case with some of the zombies. And you've probably seen kind of— I didn't really point them out, but they look like zombie enemies, typical zombie enemies, and they only move every other beat instead of every beat. I'm gonna go for defense charm, so why not? But on the I don't really know what you call them. I guess they're kind of just currents. They move every beat, and they can only be hit if you're of the same charge as they are. Which means you have to either knock them off by attacking them from the side, or you have to be on the thing, Jayla words, the place. Yep, that thing. Also, these bits here that are kind of like, just, they look like they don't match with the theming of the rest of the zone. Excuse me. There we go. So I parried that attack. And you see that we can't kill that zombie unless we're also grounded on the same thing, or— oops, shit, I wasn't paying attention. I don't really know what these things are, but I basically just call them the mini beholders, because they look kind of like beholders from Dungeons and Dragons, which I think is funny. But yeah, basically all of the areas of this zone, and any zone after this that don't match with the rest of the theming, are bleed over from Zone 5, which is part of, it's a part of the special conditions for Nocturna, basically. And I say special conditions in the sense that she has her ability to transform into a bat, which works as a spell. Which actually I'll do to show you guys. Basically, you hit the thing, she turns into a bat. She does a lot of damage, so you can kind of one-shot a lot of enemies, but you can't dig. You can't dig through walls. Whoops. You can't benefit or use any items. Benefit from or use any items. I think the only thing you can use is spells. But every 5 enemies I kill, I gain a bit of health back. So this is, and you automatically turn into your bat form if you hit what would have been normally 0 health for you. I'm personally going to shift back out, but shifting back out deals half a heart damage to you, so you have to kind of be careful about when you do that. And really it's in your interest to gain... yeah, let's go to Team Shuffle. Sweet. Really it's in your interest to gain at least half a heart over what you started with. Not a full heart over what you started with, excuse me, not half a heart. Or it's kind of, whoa, yeah, so see, I was hit, and it turned me into my bat form immediately. Which is kind of interesting, because in a sense it kind of serves as like a... fuck, I fucked up. It kind of serves as like a strong spirit of Crypt the NecroDancer, so strong spirit like from Nuclear Throne, but in Crypt the NecroDancer. But I'm just a complete mess playing this game right now, and I cannot... I'm just struggling real hard to keep everything on the beat and actually hold this commentary at the same time. So I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me struggle as much as I enjoyed playing the game, even though I was kind of doing worse than I usually do. Not to say that I'm, like, amazing or anything, but I'm definitely doing worse than I do. I promise I'm better than this, guys. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!